She
What's
called
up,
911
guys? Welcome
to
back
save
to my
herself,
channel.
and
So in
she
today's
didn't
video,
go
we are
after her
going to be
husband and her
trying some
infant son.
weird food.
So I think, at least in my
So
mind, we can
first we
completely
have
rule out that
these, they're like
theory,
little wax
and police
things
never even
with,
try
like,
and make
juice
that
inside.
theory. They say
We
that it was
have
about financial
green,
freedom and upholding a certain
orange,
type of lifestyle for Darlie, and the boys got
yellow.
in the way of that. I
Here's
mentioned
the
at the top of
green.
the episode that
Yeah.
Darlie and Darren recently built a brand new home.
And
Well, they also
lastly,
had
red.
super nice
We're
cars.
gonna try the red because red makes me
And
hyper.
Darlie had all this
And
jewelry and went on all
got
these
coffee.
vacations. They were able to do
So
all of that
I'm
for a
gonna
long
be
time because
bouncing
Darren
off the
made really
walls.
good money from
That's
the company
not
that he
good.
owned and operated. But in the time before the
So
murders,
first,
things were really
you just,
slow
like,
for them. The money wasn't flowing in like they were used to, and they were
right off
starting
the
to
extra
rack up
wax.
debt through credit cards
Like
and
on the
unpaid
side.
taxes.
So, like, how much debt?
Where, like,
It got
bit
up
it.
to about $22,000 at the time of the murders in 1996. But here's
I
the
think
thing,
it's either
Darlie
cherry.
wasn't slowing down her spending. She still shopped. She, like I said earlier, was planning a trip to Mexico with her friends. So again, you can look at this two ways. Darlie says, yeah, I wasn't slowing down because I wasn't worried. I knew the business would pick back up. Everything was fine. The police, on the other hand, say that she wasn't slowing down, even though she should have been. And things were just getting worse and worse. And now she sees the boys as a financial burden.
Did they have any life insurance policies on the kids?
So they did, but nothing significant. I think it was something like $5,000 per child, which in
Yeah,
the
that's
end mostly
definitely
went to
cherry.
covering expenses for their funeral. So I don't, the claim has never been that she was looking to get rich off her kids, or like that their death was going to solve all their financial problems. It was just more that she wanted them out of the way so they could stop being an expense to her.
Okay, but then why not kill the infant too?
They don't really give an explanation for that, other than maybe it was because the youngest son was in the same room as Darren, and maybe it would have been too difficult. Like, I honestly don't know. Here's what I do know. Those who believe Darlie to be guilty found a note in her diary that they said was as good as a confession. And the note in Darlie's diary, that the part that everyone points out, is a point where she says, I hope that you'll forgive me for what I'm about to do. And this was written just 1 month before. So police say that she knew she was going to kill her kids and she'd been planning it. And they said that note proved it. Now, we have a lot of stuff building up against Darlie in just the first couple of weeks of the investigation. Evidence had started being collected on that very first day on the 6th. They kept the house sealed off. Then Darlie's released from the hospital on the 8th. She gives her statement. On the 9th, they have a graveside service for the boys. Then comes the thing that would seal Darlie's fate and go on to define this case for decades.
How hard she throws now.
I already tried green.
How'd you tell?
Let's try.
This episode is made possible by Expensify.
Let's try yellow.
Expensify is the most widely used expense management platform in the world. We even use it here at AudioCheck. It's a pre-accounting platform to reimburse expenses, manage business credit cards, generate invoices, pay bills, and plan trips from one easy-to-use app. Plus, Expensify is here to help you get rid of all the paper. Just take a picture of your receipt as soon as you get it and toss it into the recycling. Or better yet, link your credit card. And Expensify will auto-match the receipts to the expense and submit the report for you automatically. Whether you're working for yourself, managing a team, or closing the books for your clients, Expensify makes it easy, so you have more time to focus on what really matters. Visit Expensify.com to get started. That's EXPENSIFY.com.
That's cool. That's weird. That's, I don't like that. That's funky. Trey and them love that candy.
What this case is most known for, and truthfully how I knew this case, like I'll tell you, I decided to do this case because I was at a cookout at my dad's house, and our neighbor found out that I did this crime podcast and was like, you know, you should do the Darlie Retier case. My wife's sister was one of the nurses who took care of her in the hospital. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever heard of that one. It doesn't sound super familiar. And he says, no, it's really popular. It was the Silly String case. And immediately
6 out of 10.
I
Popcorn.
because the Silly String
1 out of 10.
this
I don't like it.
defined
Not
it
trying
in
to copy.
1994, and it still defines it in 2019. And this is what all the Silly String stuff is about. So on June 14th, this would have been Devin's 7th birthday. This is barely 1 week after the murders, mind you. Darlie and her family decide to hold a graveside celebration. they fill the gravesite with balloons, and they invite news stations to come view it. Like, all the friends and family are there, and it's not settling to watch. They sing happy birthday, they're spraying silly string over the graves, kids are running around laughing, and Darlie gives a smiling interview saying that the boys wouldn't have wanted them to be sad, and basically they know they're up at heaven celebrating right now.
Oh, that's not a great
It's
look.
good,
It
but
was not a good look,
I think
no.
it came like
And even now,
7,
watching it, even
8,
knowing the
7,
whole case
it
still
starts,
makes me
like,
cringe, and I
having a
have to
better
tell you,
taste.
it's Freddie, and I'm gonna let my human show.
So that
But
is all
not
for
only
today.
is she
Make
smiling
sure
and
to
acting all
hit that subscribe
jovial,
button,
but
turn
the
on
thing
post
that drives me
notifications, and I'll
insane,
see
and I
you
heard
in the
like
next
jurors
video,
and other people
and make
talk
sure
about as
to
well,
like.
is like the
Bye,
way
guys.
she's just
Peace
like
out.
chomping on her gun the whole time, like